So this one says, greetings, sisters. My husband and I have been married for almost 2 years. He's a good man and extremely responsible. But the issue is that he wants me to shave my pubic hair all the time. Even when there is small hair, he will refuse to have sex with me. I don't like shaving because it itches so badly and sometimes it leaves razor bumps. I have tried hair removal creams and even done waxing, but when the hair is growing back, the discomfort is just too much to bear. I have to shave every 3 days because if I don't, he will not touch me. It's very exhausting and stressful. I don't know if there's another recommendation that you guys can give, but please help me. Ceci. Please help her. Oh boy. What do you think? Pubic hair.
Okay.
Oh, you need a moment to think?
She's stumped.
This is different. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to figure out the nature of your conversations with your husband before you got married, because this should have come up somehow. I don't know if you talked about sex related stuff or love making, whether you were intimate before you got married. Okay, so I'm a bit confused as to why you didn't know this before you got married. That being said, okay, so now the problem is, it's not like she likes to shave, or she doesn't like to.
She doesn't like to.
She doesn't
but her
like
husband
to.
wants her to, yeah.
Okay, and the problem is she has discomfort when the hair
razor
is
bumps,
growing back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you do?
Well, I think I'll try to convince him somehow that at least he should understand my worry or my position, because in as much as you want me to shave, it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, so maybe I'll try to understand why it makes you uncomfortable that I have hair there. If it is not so, I don't know, maybe the friction will make him uncomfortable or something. But Charlie, I think I'll try to have a very serious conversation with him to understand where I am coming from, because you want it that way, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who is bearing the brunt of it. Okay, but first of all, well, after having that conversation with him, if he's still adamant, maybe the two of us may have to see a professional about it, maybe a doctor or something. Maybe he or she could recommend something that could help with the situation. Maybe when the hair is growing back, you don't have all that discomfort or something. But really, I think that's the best I would do in her position.
Okay.
I really don't know what else I would do, because this is natural. This is a natural thing. Okay, it's a natural occurrence. I experience it myself. But I mean, I'll give it like a week tops, and then I'll be fine, because you definitely have to groom the place and make the place look nice, small. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Claudia, let me hear you. You're giggling. You've been giggling since the beginning.
This is a tricky one. Has she thought of laser hair treatments? Because I know some people do it permanently to get rid of. There are some treatments for permanent removal of pubic hair. So there is that option if she wants to do it. I don't know if it's medical or it's cosmetic. Right. But there is that option where it's permanent, or I think it's temporary to permanent. But that is not even my issue. My issue is, this is quite tricky, because we are dwelling on body autonomy and also looking at sexual attraction. So for someone to have sex with you, they need to be attracted to you. And this is a husband and wife who are supposed to be having legal sex. They allow sex, consensual sex. So I don't know what the challenge is. I don't know if they are not communicating. So for her to have come this far, it means it's gotten beyond the point of him being considerate of her concerns. So I want to assume they've talked about it. He knows the challenges that she's going through, and he's still insisting that the hair must go. And that is where I would say, if she's still interested in the marriage, she can consider this permanent hair treatment. But I would tell her to do what would make her happy at this point. Does she still have to? Because I mean, someone would say, will you divorce a man because he says you have to shave your pubic hair? But it's more of, does this man respect your safety? Because this is something that is harming you. And he's saying, do it. But on the other side, he needs to be attracted to you to have sex with you. And from the text, you really want to have sex with him. So it's tricky. But I would advise her to think about herself and to ask herself, is it worth harming myself so that I can continue to have sex with this man? Or should I do the permanent hair removal? I'm sure there'll be side effects. I mean, when you go beyond nature, there are always side effects, and I'm not aware of that. So for me, I would tell her to focus on herself, because we are talking about sex, attraction. Someone who is now your husband is supposed to be your companion for life, the one who's supposed to be with you in your barest minimum, when you don't even want anybody to see you. This man should be cheering you on. But he's telling you, and even with sex, it comes with confidence. You have to be confident to love your body, to feel attracted to a man. And now he's saying, you don't attract me. And you are doing everything just to please him. So what about you in this whole equation? I mean, and I don't even want to say that pubic hair is so small to leave, because people have left people because they couldn't put toothpaste on the brush well, and marriages have ended over that. So think about yourself. Do you still want to harm yourself? And I'm using harm because this thing is harming a very delicate part of your body. So she should think about herself and not just the man, and make the decisions based on herself, her protection, her security, and long-term health goals, basically. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Eugenia.
Right. So the horse may have bolted the stable, but I think Ceci put it best when she said, you need to communicate before, when you're in a relationship. We're assuming that this must not have come up as a conversation or as an activity for it to be an issue. I can't stress on this enough that I know that people's religions, or our religions, subscribe or tell us not to have premarital sex and whatever, You don't need to have sex to know certain things. This can be a conversation. This is more hygiene, isn't it? Body hygiene. Right. Underarms hair, chest hair, all that. What I wish she had said was what she used to do before she got married in terms of her hygiene routine of her vaginal space. What did she used to do? Because I'm sure she didn't just let it grow. And all the other options that we are aware of that she could be doing, she says they all give her the same side effect. It comes with razor bumps. So what have you been doing? I wish she had addressed that, because that also gives context. That and if that was the case, then it would presuppose that you probably, again, never had premarital sex, so it didn't come up as an issue, and so we're where we are. Moving forward, I just want to add to what Claudia said, that yes, laser is available. What I don't know is whether you can use it in the vaginal area, one. Yeah. Two, I don't know how much it will cost, the cost implication. And I don't even know if it's done here in Ghana. But then again, that's beside the point. If it's done in South Africa or wherever, you can go get it done. I want to I think probably rehash what Claudia was saying, that are you willing to put yourself through whatever it is? Because you sound not desperate, you sound like you need to fix it. You want it fixed.
Exactly.
My thing is, you are the only one who seems to want to fix it from the tone of your message.
It's like if you don't fix it, it goes against you.
Yes, it goes against you. Does he understand where you come from? As in, it's uncomfortable, when it's growing, and so what can we do about it? Or it's like, you fix it, or I'm not touching you. It's a two-way street. The two of you have got to fix it. You can't be the only one finding the solution to the problem. There's also the issue, and I'll raise it now, that, like Claudia was saying, probably based on this, you're not compatible. It is truth. You are married, there's no question about it. But it could be that this is where both of you are not compatible. So now you need to compromise. It's like coming together and realizing that we're married, but where our blood types are not compatible, so we can't have children.
Yeah.
And you accept it, or you decide, no, I want to have natural birth, and so we're going to go our separate ways. I feel like, whilst I'm not promoting, I feel like divorce seems to be a very touchy subject for people. But this is why we have a lot of mental health issues within marriages, where people tend to think, I am stuck to you through thick or thicker. Now, yes, it's like she was saying, the risk or the fears that people will trivialize, it's just pubic hair. No, she knows the level of discomfort she goes through. If it's the time that you're in public and you're scratching, that would, that cannot be a good thing. And so I feel like maybe the husband is not aware of this part of it. The both of them probably need, which was also suggested, I think you did, for counseling and address it. Maybe counseling here, like I said, maybe a doctor, maybe a dermatologist, to find out what the situation is and what can be done about it. But she can't fix it by herself. The two of them can fix it. And the fixing includes a compromise.
Yes. Yes, I mean, I'm glad you said that because for me, the whole issue for me, the elephant in the room is the fact that no one wants to compromise, or it's just one person who's being made to compromise, but it's a problem for both of them. What I'm asking myself is, can she, say, use scissors and bring it to an appreciable or a better, quote unquote, level where her husband is comfortable enough and says, okay, this is something I don't like but can tolerate, as opposed to having like a full bush, right? Because it sounds like that's what it is. Else we wouldn't be, I mean, we wouldn't write into the show. So definitely some compromise has to happen, or unfortunately this relationship may go through a lot of strain and eventually end up where you may not want it to go.